Welcome back to Hot Wheels Unleashed with Soldierboy and Wolverine. Now you know what to do if you're enjoying this series or any content on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a like and ring the bell to not miss an upload. Back to today. Last episode Wolverine found a car he really enjoyed, which was the Roadrunner. We'll be seeing that later on. But first we're going to look at a race that's kind of intrigued me. It's Neon's Ride. Now this is a time trial, so I'm not going to commentate during our race, but we're going to use the hollowback. Looks like a standard all-round car, but can we beat the time trial time needed to move on? Let's find out. And we finished with a time of 54.655, which is enough to beat the original goal. Not enough for the Unleashed goal, but not far off. 1.655 off. That's not a bad result. And a decent start, or a decent way to start the actual episode. Now, rather than keep changing difficulty between the two of us after each race, we then decided, well actually, let's do my races first, or his races, or Wolverine's races first, and then change difficulty. So, in future episodes, you're going to see 2 races by one of us and then 2 races by the other, because it just makes sense rather than keep swapping them back and forth. So for my second race, I decided to go for Hangar Tour, which is part of the Batman DLC, and I'm going to be driving the armoured Batman car. You've got to use the Batman cars for the Batman DLC. It makes total sense. What can we do in this car? It's not one we've driven before. It looks very compact. Let's just put it that way. Right, we need a decent start here. 3/4 of the way full boost, that's not too bad. Straight to the back of another car will slow us down. But a decent start nonetheless as we make the jump. And we are going around the corner in 6th place. That's a very good start. And the cars ahead of us aren't getting away, which is more important. Just going to find our way through into 4th place now. Dropping down one there as a car goes past us. Back into 4th place. We're going to lose one on the inside as the El Camino tries to go past but doesn't quite manage it. Does this time though, and we're going to drop a few positions on the jump. We're going to get caught out and decide that we don't want to be on the track anymore. We just want to keep going a different way. That didn't really go to plan. Now the respawn button decided it was going to stick on the screen, and I don't know why. My guess is because it automatically respawned us. We didn't actually use it properly, I suppose. So apologies for the respawn button being stuck. That jump messed us up, and ever since then this button won't disappear. Hopefully it will before the end of the race. I got fed up with it being there. I just pressed it to make it respawn us. Yes, it dropped us down a few positions, but it was annoying me having it in the middle of the screen. So that's now gone. We can now focus on the race in our hand, and we are currently in 11th place, but there are a few cars ahead of us that we can see. So now we've just got to play catch up and make our way through the pack to see where we can finish this race in. The big monster truck there caused an issue. So the spider's web being shot on the track there, we didn't actually get caught by the spider's web itself, but the cars ahead of us did. And as we hit the back of them, it made us stop still completely as well. So that was a mistake on my part. Should have tried to avoid the cars that were being stuck, but instead we're going to actually be in 12th place. So not the best first lap of the race, and I think we are coming to the end of the first lap, trying to miss these cars that have been stuck by the spider. Gaining a few positions back at the end of the lap. We're going to finish the lap in 8th place, but now it's catch-up time. We've got to keep going and see what we can get. This car is not the fastest. I'm learning that very quickly. This car is not ideal if you want speed. Cornering, it's not the best. But it's quite a solid car. So when you bounce off other people, it generally holds its line, which is better than some of the others that bounce and go all over the place. So there are some pluses and minuses, but it needs speed. I think that's what it's really missing here. This time we make the jump a lot better than the first lap. We are dropping a few positions. Currently in 6th place, 7th place now. Trying to fight for a few cars here. Back in the 6th. Right-hander coming up as we get overtake on the outside by Too Tough. Getting the position back in the end. And Too Tough decides to go back past us. It's a bit of a back and forth battle here between all the cars. And drifting nicely. Keep going. Trying to avoid the barricade there. Losing a few positions because we slowed down to avoid that barricade, which didn't really bode well for us. But into 8th place now. Trying to get some positions back. 6th place. We're going left, but the car next to us doesn't want us to turn left and actually ends up spinning us round as we hit the wall instead. My mistake. The car next to us was trying to turn right. We were trying to turn left, and obviously we ended up the worst off out of all the cars there. Maybe I should have just relented and go the way it wanted me to, but maybe I was being a bit too persistent. In 11th place now, and not really going the way this race was meant to go. I'm caught by the spider's web as well, which slows us right down. We're going to drop it down into 12th place. I've had better races, I must admit. It's not really going to plan so far. But there's still a lap and a bit to go. There is still time to catch up and get some positions back, I think. Although, going off the track like that does not help. But after the respawn, we're back on track. Still in 12th place. And, yeah, I think this is a race to forget so far, isn't it? Just narrowly missing the spider's web there. We've still got another lap to go. So we may be able to gain a few positions back, but it's definitely not gone the way I wanted it to. Over the jump, getting closer left, that right hand side there, that could have been nasty if we'd got caught again. Still in 12th place though, the car in 11th is just ahead of us. Too Tough, who were quite high up at one point with us. They've dropped down as well, so they've had a few incidents by looks of things. As we hit the barrier there. Right hander, trying to catch Michelangelo up, who's in 11th place. Too Tough has made his way a few positions up. Kind of the race between certain cars, and you've got to try and focus on which car you want to focus on. Michelangelo is our target. As it stands, Too Tough must have gone off track because he's now down behind us and we're in 11th place. Come on, Michelangelo, slow down a little bit. No, couldn't quite get him there. After the jump we kind of come to a halt. He kind of sped off and couldn't quite make the move. Invader is now ahead of us, although there was some battling going on between Invader and Michelangelo ahead. Hopefully that's going to help us if they end up crashing into each other a few times. Catching the wall there, not really taking the corner as well as we could have done. We've gained an extra position into 10th. I don't know how we've gained that, but we have. El Camino seems to have made a mistake somewhere. We gained another position, but that's because of the choice of track. We're into 9th place now. Michelangelo's still ahead of us. We're going to take him there. And another one. Can we... just making it through the spider's web. I'm not too sure how we didn't get completely stuck. Wasn't the best line. We still could have avoided all of that. But we're still fighting hard. 5th place as it stands. Bone Shaker is ahead of us. We need to try and catch him up. Leonardo ahead of him in 3rd. If we want a podium position out of this, we need to get past Leonardo. But a few cars there getting stuck by the web, but we kind of get caught between them as we try and force our way through, and that's kind of slowed us down. We're going to head for the line, and it's actually going to be a 4th place finish for me in the armoured Batman car. It could have been better. I made so many mistakes. That should have been so much more. Minimum podium. And it just wasn't. It just didn't go the way I wanted it to. Which is a shame. Wolverine's races now. And Wolverine was a bit uncertain what to do. He decided in the end to go for Crossroads. And this will be a different car for him to use. He was going to save the Roadrunner until last. This is Shark Cruiser. And it actually looks a pretty good car apart from speed. Its outright speed is poor. But what can Wolverine do with it? That's the question. Race number 3 for today. Wolverine in the hot seat in a Shark Cruiser. Let's see if he can do better than I just did with a 4th place finish. Hopefully he can. We need a podium to open up more races. Decent start, couple of boosts there, and off the line pretty well. Kind of forcing the car ahead of him to actually make other cars part their ways for him, and he's very quickly into 1st place. I don't know how he's done that. Very quickly Wolverine has just gone straight into 1st place. Now, it's very early on. He's got 3 laps to now hold this. So can he do it? He's done it before in the Roadrunner car in the last episode. Can he do it again in a completely different car? Neither of us were expecting this. So now it's down to Wolverine to keep his bottle and keep this going. Currently doing well. Making a few mistakes like that one. No, he's off track. Respawn quickly. Has anyone called him up? One car has. Rocket Fire, I think that one's called. skip past him momentarily, but as he crosses the line for the end of lap 1, start of lap 2, Wolverine is back in the lead. One mistake there nearly cost him, but he's back in the first place. Now he just needs to learn from his mistake. He's getting a bit all over the place. You can see that he's kind of, the mistake he made has kind of shook him up. And the corners that he did really well in the first lap, he's struggling a little bit with. He just needs to slow things down a little, concentrate on what he's doing. A few bounces off the barrier isn't going to help. This time he makes the jump pretty well. Hits the barricade though, that's going to slow him down. I'm trying to keep an eye on the minimap to see if anyone's coming behind him, but I don't think they are currently. The right-hander here, making it round okay. He's making a few too many mistakes, but he's holding on. And for starting the final lap, he's beginning it in first place again, but again he's hit the side of the course. Just managing to keep the car going. Didn't have to reset this time. So that's a bonus. Can he hold on? He's so close for another victory. But there's a lot of mistakes going on at the minute, so I'm a little bit worried. Fingers crossed it doesn't affect him. But I am worried because he just seems to be making a few too many mistakes. But let's keep going. Let's see what he can do. Over the jump, just making it there. Nearly went underneath. Just had just enough power there. He doesn't really have any boost. He's been using it too much, so he doesn't actually have any boost. And he's going to catch himself again there. Did that on the last lap as well. Managed to reset the car. Has anyone overtaken him? There's a car coming now. And the rocking Santa sled has overtaken Wolverine right at the end. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He's pressing the button for boost constantly, but there was no boost to take. And Wolverine is going to unfortunately finish in second place. It still means we can move on because that race is done because of the podium position, but it could have been a first place, couldn't it? It could have so been a first place. But on to the last race of the episode, lights, camera, action. This is a race Wolverine's done previously, but he was confident with the Roadrunner to go again and hopefully replicate the fortunes of last episode. So Wolverine in the Roadrunner for lights, camera, action. Can he do better than last time he did this track? If you don't remember this track, I think you soon will, to be fair. Decent start by Wolverine, very quick start, very quickly in the second place, and look at that speed. That's the one thing with his car, I think, is so quick. Once it gets going, with the boosters applied as well, he's already in first place. Now, if you don't remember it, the rocks may tell you otherwise. Wolverine did this previously in a monster truck, and the rocks decided to smash him here, there and everywhere, and every time he needed to go through them, he was being hit off the track. I'm hoping that doesn't happen to Roadrunner this time. But so far so good. He started the race really well. First place as it stands. 20% of the race done. Can he get the timing right? He does through the first rock. Second rock, no! Same as last time, the rock has caught him out once again. He managed to get through the first two, no questions asked, but the third one caught him out. He's now in second place, but that's still good. It's still better than last time, so he's improving. That's the important thing, and this is a car he enjoys using, so that's always a plus. Over the jump we go. Landing that pretty nicely. Left hand turn. Nicely done. And he's catching up on the car in first place. A little mistake there around the corner, but he's going to go flying past him. But now he's got a bit unsure where he's meant to be going. Got a bit caught up all over the place there. I don't think he knows he's gone the right way or not. 41% of the race done though, and he is in first place. So far so good for Wolverine. Going to miss his barricades on the right hand side. Nicely done there. Still going round. Barricades in the middle of the track. That's never helpful. Right. Stones. He does manage to get past the stones as well. Onto the ice. And this is where Wolverine wasn't too happy with this race because of the ice. And straight away he's caught by a little Christmas tree there. He's still in first place though. I don't know how he's managed it, but he's still in first place. But the rock has again hit him off. He's going to lose positions there. He's now in 6th place because of the rock. He's going to get hit a second time. Oh no, it's happening all over again. It's the same rock, it's the same position every time. He's managed to just glide for a car though and glide underneath him. Onto the ice, and again he's got stuck. This race was going so well, and then it just unravelled in a matter of seconds. Now he's going to play catch up. 9th place as it stands. Can he pull something out of this? There's 40% of the race left to go. There's still time to actually gain positions. Now just managed to get the car to land there. He forgot to turn it, so it landed better. And in the end made it work. Onto the ice again, and this is the bit Wolverine doesn't like. And you can see this car doesn't seem to like the ice either. He's trying to hold it together. 8th place as it stands, and someone's gone off somewhere. Right-hander now. Trying to get underneath the Penguin. Does it nicely. Dragon Blaster is up next. Past him as well. He is now in 3rd place. Wolverine is pulling out all the stops this race. drag himself back into contention. But he's got to chase down Kit in second place as it stands. Nice right-hander. Can he get past? He can. Flying past him there. And then missing the top corner. Completely missing the corner. And having to respawn. That's a big error. And that's dropped him back down to 7th. Too much speed, I think. As he got past the 2 cars ahead of him. And then just went too far into the corner without turning. So 7th place as it stands. Can he gain anything out of this race? 12% of the race left to go. Left-hand turn now. Drifting nicely. The cars ahead of him are a little bit in the distance. He needs to really get a few corners perfect if he's going to catch up here. I hope they have a few instants themselves. It's now 6th place. He's gained a position somehow. Running to the line. Can he gain anything else? Not quite. It's going to be a 6th place finish for Wolverine and the Roadrunner. So unfortunately the Roadrunner can't do it again. But I think it's a combination of the track and bits of the track that Wolverine dislikes that were more the issue than the car itself. The big rocks of justice doing their job, and Wolverine is starting to dislike them a lot. Now we have got 3 blind boxes to open today with our 1,000 coins to buy 2 more and the one we have earned via different rewards. So 3 boxes. What can we get inside? Hopefully no duplicates and all new would be nice. We begin with Bone Shaker. That's proper traditional Hot Wheels car, that is, isn't it? That's what I remember as a kid as a Hot Wheels car. That's pretty cool. Number 2, what are we going to get in here? It is Twin Mill. It's a duplicate. It's one we've already got. I think we got it last episode. So we'll dismantle that one and gain the gears for it. I think we actually worked out we gained 50 gears now for taking a car, dismantling a car. So at least we know now. One more box to open. Can it be something good? What are we going to get? It is Dragon Blaster. Yeah, okay. Not much to say about that, really. Handling looks pretty good. We shall see how that does in future races, I'm sure. Unfortunately, we're out of time for today. That is 4 races done for you. Shark Cruiser, standout winner for Wolverine there. But also the Roadrunner did really well. Armoured Batman, I don't think I'm going to use it again, but you never know. But that is it for today. Thank you all for watching. If you're enjoying this episode or any content channel, you know what to do. We'll see you next time for more Hot Wheels Unleashed.